Welcome, everybody, to Host 3, Episode 3 of Season 1. Today, we are going to follow the students of Kyoto after the remnants of last host. And now, we begin. As always, thank you for watching, and make sure to enjoy the episode. In the bustling city of Tokyo, student sorcerers Hitomi Bijutsu and Sota from the Miyamoto clan left a day ago to meet with special grade sorcerer and instructor at Tokyo Technical College, Koji Inazuma, the bulldog of Sorcerer Society. Following Kaito's flagging and consequential house arrest to Kyoto Academy, the pair decided to work around the bureaucratic IEJ. Sota and Hitomi, you now find yourselves at the front of Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical College. Surprisingly, this school is in the middle of the largest city on Earth, and it's dedicated to fostering the next generation of Jujutsu sorcerers. While having less political pull as the Kyoto branch, it hosts the headquarters of the institution. A massive Shinto-style gate, weathered with age, stood in the dead center of Kyoto's busiest ward. Salarymen and tourists walk right past it, never noticing the way the air shimmers around its pillars. As you two are admiring this beautiful architecture, the gates begin to open, the electronic motors humming as the two doors swing wide. A taller, middle-aged man with a tired, exhausted look on his face, bearing a suit that resembles the assistant manager's suit from Kyoto. He begins to speak. I take it you two are the ones here to meet with Inazuma.
Yeah, me and my buddy here, as he elbows Soda. We got a word for Koji, right? To get that
Koji.
Koji.
Yeah.
Koji Inazuma.
And what business did you have with him again?
Ooh.
Oh, I had some questions. He helped me on a mission that I was last on.
He kind of like stands there thinking for a second before getting out of the way to let you guys in. Well, don't let me hold you behind. I'll show you where he's at.
Thank you.
Dang.
Thank you.
We can just visit him whenever. Oh, that's kind of sick. Anyway, lead the way, good sir.
Yeah, he starts to walk and talks as he's walking. Name's Isagi. I'm this school's assistant manager. I think y'all have one of your own over there in Kyoto, right?
Probably.
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't check.
Never met her, but I heard she's hard to work with.
Damn, is that? Hey, Soda, is it that lady that drives us around? You think it's her? I forget.
I think
just
so. Yeah.
Nah, we'll find out. I forget. But, we're here on a mission. Hey, listen.
Yeah. That's
Do you
right.
think... So, Hitomi pulls you in, Soda, and kind of grabs you by the cuff of your shirt a bit. Listen, when we get in there, can you handle the talking? I got a little plan, right? You know my technique.
All
I
right.
make illusion.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll show Koji what we saw. And trust me, I have a very, very vivid memory. I can show everything, okay? I just need you to talk, answer. I don't know, right? But I can paint a damn good picture. Trust me on that. I'll show him
Alright.
everything we see.
All right. I got you.
All right.
You use your powers to make a TV for me. Got you.
All right. He pats you on the shoulder and turns back to the assistant principal. So, how much walking? How far is it?
Oh, we'll be there in just a second, don't you worry. And you
Yep.
see around you the school grounds, while similar, do have a kind of different feel to them. In the distance, you can hear training, maybe students, maybe sorcerers, you don't know. But Isagi walks straight on and eventually gets to a smaller building off to the side of a larger Buddhist-style temple. Leading you into the room, you don't see much besides a tatami mat, an older TV, and some hot rod magazines in the corner. In front of you two is the man you've traveled all this way for. His strong, athletic build with short, spiked yellow hair and sharp features feels alien to somebody from Japan. His expression is curious and focused. You can tell he's reading you two as soon as you walk through the door. He wears a dark fitted shirt with some fur line like from a mafia movie. It doesn't help to alien him as well from other sorcerers. He looks like a character that really doesn't belong here in this kind of setting. Taking a sip from his drink that's laying on this low table, he nods towards Isagi, not saying a word, before the assistant manager looks at you two and kind of like bows his head a little bit, looking a little bit frustrated, maybe that he didn't even get a thank you. But anyways, he just mutters good luck before he leaves the room. Putting down his drink, the bulldog of Sorcerer Society begins to speak. Traveled quite a long way to get here. So what do you kids want? An autograph?
Something a little more important than that. Can I close the
Yeah.
door, Izuma?
Feel free.
He shuts it and turns back. So, Soda, can you handle this? I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my best to take the picture, alright? Say the words, and I'll do the thing. We gotta make sure this is as accurate as possible.
All right. So, the last mission that we went on, things went a little sideways, and we were curious on we figured you would be one of the individuals that we could trust the most with this. As I'm talking, I'm gonna be like looking over to Hitomi to make sure I'm not like stepping into a ground that he doesn't want me talking about.
Just
Yeah, we
start from the beginning, the top, the mission.
we were sent to collect one of Orochi's eyes. Very easy, simple job. Just collect the item, bring it back. Right? We got there, and somebody was already there, ready to consume it. The moment we stepped in to try and take it, they consumed it. Right? We figure just beat them down, take it back.
So, he told me using his curse technique paints the image very, very vividly, almost as though strokes of color were manifesting themselves in the air. The flowery cursed spirit just devouring the eye and taking its power. Three of us, Kaido, Hitomi, and Soda, standing from a distance, not able to make it in time as it devours the eye. So you see, sir, we weren't really able to stop it in time. It ate the eye. But we managed to fight it. Would you continue talking, Soda? I'll paint the picture.
Got you. Well, yeah, as you can see, it ended up doing this. I don't know if it was planning on doing it or not, but it lost control of its cursed energy. It exploded. But we managed to survive. And then these individuals, as you can see, showed up. An interesting thing I think I should note is this one in the gray here. I have a keen ability on. I've always been able to pick up on people's presence. There was nothing there. It's like he didn't exist.
In the image. Sorry, can I describe that real quick? I have a good idea.
Yeah.
in that image of the robed man in the gray, it's almost kind of like faded and flickery in poor detail, as though he was a background character in a painting that you can't properly make out. Like his presence is just unnoticeable.
The this one here in the middle seems to be the leader. He offered us his blood to consume it. He said it would heal us. You know, his blood was gold.
May I take the stage?
Yes, go for it.
The image of Gabriel almost appears radiant, like he's an angelic figure. Everything around him seems to glow, and this kindness radiates from his smile, his face, his expression, everything. This holy energy seems to exude off of him.
I'll note, I don't know for certain, but as he approached us and attempted to converse with us, I wanted to get the eye back still, and yet I had an overwhelming urge as if he was an ally, despite not knowing him. As if we had been friends for some time. I haven't handled many things that deal with things that way, but I think maybe he has some form of technique that can affect how people view him. They managed to get the eye and leave before we could recover it.
Hey, don't forget to mention the third guy, as the image of kind of just a sort of regular dude appears. There's nothing particularly special about it.
I was just getting to that. Yeah.
There's this guy.
He was there. He wasn't
there.
really doing much. He just kind of. He seemed to be like support, you know. There's something interesting about him, though. The individual that we fought with all the flowers on them. As he left, as they all left, he revealed that he had one of those flowers on him, which leads me to believe that they were connected. The individual that we fought and them are directly connected with each other in some fashion.
So
finally,
oh, there's more? Damn, I forgot. What else?
The blood actually did heal.
Oh.
I'll let Hitomi show the rest.
Oh man. Hitomi pulls you aside, Soda. Dude, you just got us incriminated. God. Too late. I'll show him. He turns back to Koji and shows the image of Kaido taking the blood from Gabriel. How it rejuvenates his condition, all the cuts and bruises from the previous explosion, fighting, sort of closing up and healing.
Mm-hmm.
There is genuinely something, I don't know, angelic about this Gabriel guy. He called himself a savior. He wanted, I think he wanted us to join him. I don't know, but one way or another, this guy's got some weird kind of cursed technique. Made us feel calm, healed us. All in all, they got away with it.
If I had to take a guess, I'm not very experienced with how everything works, but as far as I understand, reverse curse technique is with healing, so maybe he has access to that as well, and it works through his blood.
Reverse curse technique, applying on other people, is a technique that acquires much proficiency. I have only met one person able to do that. If he has that capability, as you say, I think that in itself is a sign for other hidden strengths.
Indeed.
So I guess the question we have for you is, what do we do?
What do we do?
I have. They didn't tell. They didn't tell them why.
Didn't tell who what.
I'll pull Hitomi aside. I think that they think that Kaito is a problem because he was healed, but he didn't say why.
Huh?
I think if they'd seen him as damaged as Koji has before being healed, I think that would make it better.
Too late. You already just mentioned the healing blood. We wouldn't know unless we tried it ourselves. This guy's smart enough to figure it out.
Right.
Good job, by the way, for outing us like that. As he pats you on the back roughly. Real good job, huh? So, Koji, here we are. What now?
Have you two ever heard of this little group called Heaven's Temple?
Nope. Never did.
I'll take that dumbfounded look on your face, Sota, as a no. Well, it's a religious movement that started, I would have to say around 5-6 years ago. It was a small thing, didn't really do much. But it's gained some popularity in recent years. That Gabriel guy, and he snaps his fingers, that's the leader. Now, I don't know much about that religious mumbo-jumbo, I ain't having it, but we've suspected some foul play in that group for some time. But investigations and outing a figure like that is a lot harder than you think. They're very careful. And I don't think I know anyone that has talked to somebody from the church who has ever said something bad about Gabriel or about the group as a whole. Now, if what you say is true, which I assume it is, and he looks on his phone for a second, most of this lines up with what the IEJ has reported for this casing, but unfortunately, your little friend there, Kaito, seems, at least from their perspective, to have conspired with Gabriel, whether willingly or unwillingly. That's a problem. No wonder why he's been blamed for all of this. I mean, how is he? I think he's stuck over there at Kyoto, right?
I don't know. I haven't called him. Shit, I really should have, but I haven't talked to him since. I wish I did, but listen, it was a rough day. Okay, you can't blame me. I could have died, man. Could have died.
That is the job, no?
I guess, but I'm not really a pro at this, so you get it. I'm just a newbie, all right? I'll get the hang of it, but for now, it's a lot.
He kind of tightens his eyes and looks at you, and you don't know what he's thinking, but he speaks again. I don't see a killer in you. I think you're in the wrong line of work, buddy.
Killer? Me? No, I'm not a killer. I don't like hurting people that much. I mean, it's not my thing, but I don't really
He
feel like
stands
this is
up,
something.
his height towering over you, his muscles massive, one arm probably bigger than your whole neck. And he walks over to you and looks down. Not a killer. So what do you do when one of these religious freaks has a knife to your neck? He kind of like puts his hand on one of your arms. Or actually, he puts his hand like in a gun sign, like in a gun motion, and puts it up to your temple. Are you going to pull the trigger? Or are you going to try to keep your innocence for just a little bit longer? Because I'll tell you, you're going to run into situations where the choice is kill or be killed. He looks at you for a response.
Hitomi kind of becomes like a deer in headlights almost as Koji towers over him, and he like sort of stares wide open in almost pure fear as he barely musters out.
You don't have
I'm
to
not a
answer
killer,
that right
okay?
now. It's fine. But you're gonna have to face that situation one day. And he kind of backs off of you after he sees you, like kind of appalled by his aggressive behavior. And he sits back down on the tatami mat, and he lets you speak once more.
You're a scary man, you know.
If we can prove that this individual has the ability to coerce individuals into doing things outside of their nature, outside of what their occupation would require, could that clear our ally's name?
He does a little thinking position with his hand on his chin. Yeah. I suppose even the stubborn assholes at the IEJ would have to listen to that. Plain evidence is hard to get, though.
Sort of chuckles at that. Yeah. Glad to know.
But I wouldn't go
What,
after
are we
them.
gonna
You two are weak. Okay,
Damn.
plain and simple.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still.
He kind of puts his hands up. It's just the truth. Maybe one day. But right now, I am telling you. And he gets really serious. Do not go after Gabriel. Or you will die.
Then
Tota, his face goes stern as he nods, but he continues to stare at just the desk.
Then what do we do? Yeah, our friend is what, in a house arrest or something? Wait, are we just supposed to let this happen?
You know how long I've been teaching? I'll give you a little answer. A long time. I've seen things like this happen frequently. Too frequently. And it seems like every year it gets worse and worse. I think sometimes it's easier to put blame on others than to own up on it yourselves. I mean, who sends first years on a mission to get a cursed item as powerful as the Yamada's Peerless Eye? Now, I can't say I don't send my first years on dangerous missions, but just curses. Nothing with users. They're trickier, harder to read.
Wait.
Yeah?
The mission that you were sent, that you showed up with in America.
What about it?
That park. You said it had a domain.
Yeah.
I wasn't even properly part of the school yet. I hadn't had my first official classes or anything.
Oh, you don't know? That was a misfiling. We
What do
aren't
you mean?
sure, but somehow your name got put somewhere in the web of bureaucracy at the IEJ headquarters. Got put there instead of mine. Well, with mine, I guess you could say, because I got the mission, but just a little later than you. Lucky thing I was there, or you would have been toast. Mujo is no joke. That thing had a pretty strong hide. Not strong enough for me, but
What? Grade 2? We were barely even like grade 3 sorcerers. What? How can we trust people at Kyoto then? What? Nearly getting sent to our deaths twice?
well, I will say you're in a dangerous line of work, but I don't think complaining's gonna do much.
We're gonna have to buckle down. Expect things to be harder than they're telling us to be. Which means we have to fight smarter.
Yeah. I guess that's our only option.
Besides, it's the busy season. A lot of curses around here. Don't worry. In a couple weeks or a month, it should die down.
Indeed.
If
On
you
the
have
bright
that
side,
attitude,
if we
you're not going to
can-
last long around here. He looks at you when he says
I-
that, Hitomi.
I turned to Hitomi. On the bright side, if we do actually manage to survive one of these missions that is above our pay grade, he's using finger quotations. We actually might sort of force them to acknowledge us as stronger than they want us to be.
So what does that mean for us? Is that like a what do we do with that?
It's sort of just a double-edged blade. Hopefully, we can not cut ourselves in the process.
What, maybe hopefully join the investigation? Shit, that might... Damn, that actually does sound like a good plan. If we kill enough things tough enough, then we might actually be able to be a part of it. Hey, Koji,
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
I think the higher grade you go, the more respect you pull. Nothing like power to tell a man what to do. At least that's my motto.
We gotta,
Hmm.
we gotta climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think I got a plan now. As he sort of, rubs his chin with his fingers with a smile on his face. Yeah. Okay, so what? We just gotta like kill tough things, right? Big curse spirits and all that.
Yeah. And then we gotta get someone that higher rank to recommend us.
Yeah. I just want to get Kaido out of there, man. I miss the guy, See, fighting with him near death is a pretty good bonding experience, if I say so myself. But
Also, I've been thinking about this.
Mm.
Do you know what his curse technique is?
heck if I know.
Because
That's a conversation for another day, man. We're right here.
I
in
never
front of the principal.
sensed any use during that whole fight. Which that would mean that he was able to survive that explosion with no technique.
I don't know, a man who can throw hands like that? I ain't gonna complain if they don't have a curse technique or not. In my
Yeah,
eyes,
no. Massive
Yeah.
respect. Massive
seems
respect.
competent enough.
Listen, kids, I'd love to be a part of your school ground gossip, but I am a man who has a lot of things to do. So, if you don't need me anymore, get the
Alright.
hell out of my office.
Right.
Yep.
Apologies.
Yeah. Hitomi quickly turns around, tugging at Soda's wrist. Yep, I guess we just gotta go back to school, huh? Fuck, man, I really don't want to go back.
Yeah. Let's head back.
Yep.
Hey, on the way, can we stop at as we're like stepping outside of the office? On the way, can we stop at a food place? That convenience store was nice, but I need like a proper meal.
I'd rather pick up something and just see Kaido. Listen, man, I forgot about him yesterday, and that's shitty, and
No,
I'd-
no, it's fine.
we're just gonna
Fine.
pick up something quick and drive over, cause
Oh,
he's my friend, you know, and I don't
Yeah.
want to leave anyone behind.
I got you.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm done with.
As
leaving
y'all are
people
walking
behind.
out of his office, we'll say Soda goes first, and Tomi, you're about to like close the door, and Inazuma says something to you once more before you leave, and you see him have a hellish grin on his face as he says it, his sharp teeth exposed. Remember, Hitomi, one day it's either you or them, and I hope you'll pull that trigger as you leave. So the pair of you, two of you, travel back to Kyoto Academy to meet with your supposed teammate who's hopefully there. As you're walking out, we'll say, of the office, you actually, Sota, your phone starts buzzing. And you take it out and you look at it and you see it's a call from Gino Ishii, your instructor.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
That is.
Oh, hello.
Where are you two? I haven't seen you out doing your training like you're supposed to do every morning.
Oh, I was showing Hitomi a spot for sparring. You know, to get him better with sparring in different locations, different footing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm showing him how to move from different points. There's pillars, and I'm having him jump between while I throw my clones at him.
You see, he told me like heavily panting over the microphone. Oh, this is so exhausting. Oh no, my legs. Oh, I tripped. Oh,
Oh God, you okay?
oh, I think something's broken. Oh no.
Sounds,
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
rigged. Next time, run this past me before you decide to make your own training regimens, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir.
So, meet back here as soon as possible. I have, somebody for you two to meet, okay?
But
Understood.
sure, yeah.
See you soon. And he hangs up.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to meet that guy. I don't give a damn. Honestly, I want to find Kaido. Can we just see him first? I don't. I
You
just
should-
want to.
He should be at his place. So I mean, we can try
Yeah.
and talk to him before we meet. You know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it sounds
yeah,
like we
we'll
have to hurry back before we get in trouble ourselves.
Damn it, screw the trouble. I don't want to leave anyone alone anymore, okay?
No,
Let's
no, I
just-
mean, they're gonna be in the same location.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Gino's gonna be at the school. Kaito should be at the school, right? Where does he stay?
Oh no. I'm pretty sure he has a dorm.
Yeah. All right, so let's just hurry back.
You see this stressed expression on Hitomi's face as he keeps thinking about Kaido. He's wringing his hands and fidgeting. Just anxious in general at the thought of something
So
bad
Sota
happening.
sort of wraps an arm around it, like places it on your shoulder, pulls you in. Relax, man. We're gonna get this through. All right? He's gonna be fine. We're gonna be a group.
Yeah. Yeah, and everything. Yeah, you're right.
You
You're
gotta
right.
believe in yourself.
Let's just go see him, okay? I'd really, really want to check on him.
All right. Let's
All
go.
right, so you two are walking on the campus, school grounds, before eventually you find your exit. And Hitomi, as you step through the Torii gate on the way out, the barrier gleams as you step through. You blink, and for half a second in the distance, you see the silhouette of a curse you once exorcised. The god of rot, Kinshu, staring at you with murderous intent. But just for a second, as you blink once more, and then it's gone. Whatever's happening, you're able to control it. And even though you feel a little sweat drop down, you control yourself, your heartbeat staying stable. The two of you then take a train back to Kyoto. As we move on from you, we hone in on the one who was left behind. Kaito Atano, who is now in his room, meditating. Kaito Atano, your classmates Sota and Hitomi have been gone for some time now, but you continue your training in and out of the classroom. As you are concentrated, a knock on the door interrupts your tranquil state. You open the door, nobody there, but you see a little package that somebody left behind, a box that seems to be, as you read, from Sota to Kaito. As you bring the box inside, you can open it up or just ignore it and continue training. What would you like to do?
I'll say he'll, like, once he sees that it was to him specifically, like, at first, he will be like, I didn't order anything. Why is this here? And then once he sees that it's to him, he'll just, like, furrow his eyebrows and at his desk, pry it open.
You pry it open, tearing the tape with ease. Before you is a small bento box. Inside is some good food and a little red panda shaped pastry with a little note. Just some generated crap, but seems to be sweet.
He, like, looked at it for a long second, every piece of it, and for some reason, he can't bring himself to want to eat it, or want to see it even anymore. He takes it and puts it inside his mini fridge, and then goes back to meditating.
You go back to meditating, not even reading the empty platitude. And you get a text on your phone from Gino, no call, that just says a time and a location to meet. Apparently, he has somebody he wants you to meet as well. Unknowingly, you don't know if your teammates are going to be there. You haven't seen them since the incident. But maybe to save whatever shred of respect Gino has for you left, or out of some empty sense of duty, you feel a need to respond.
He'll type just simply, okay, and then just send it and put his phone down.
So, Kaito Atano continues to hone in on himself, practicing his own techniques. The pair, Sota and Hitomi, after a couple hours, returns to the hidden Kyoto Academy, much different in location, as the school finds itself hidden in the outskirts the woods in Kyoto City. On the stony walkway, Gino stands there with another young man carrying a simple katana and wearing your school's uniform. The two seem to be having an enjoyable conversation before Gino looks at you two, Sota and Hitomi, and begins to speak as you walk up to him. Finally made it. That's good. Meet your upperclassmen. And he kind of like motions his hand towards the younger man before he puts up one hand. Hey, name's Yuri. What's your guys' name?
I'm Hitomi, as he just awkwardly points to himself.
And
And
I'm
this-
so.
Heard a lot about you. You guys seem to be very active for first years. You seem pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody likes us, bro. I think we got this. We got this.
Hell yeah.
Do you always narrate things to yourself, or is that just a now thing?
Oh no, I narrate things to myself like every other day.
Yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
weird like that.
I would
Please
say
do love me for its sake.
flamboyant. Not weird.
Well,
Very
fair enough.
flamboyant.
Fair enough. He's eccentric.
You
I
live
like
long enough in the
all him,
sorcerer
man.
society, and it's hard to see people that are weird.
Yeah.
I just think I'm enjoying myself. And when you're like what, nearly dying every other day, you can't blame a man for having some fun.
I guess
Indeed.
that's true.
Anyway, what's the matter?
Well, and he looks over to Gino. I thought there was another one. And then Gino nods his head slightly. Kaito, you being done now with your training and remembering the text your instructor texted you a little bit ago by now, you meet at the proper time and place when you see a group of people. 4. You see your instructor Gino, dressed in his traditional outfit as always with his wooden shoes. You see your 2 teammates, which you haven't seen since the aftermath of that event that night. And you see a new person, somebody dressed in your school uniform, but you haven't seen him around before. We wanted to know, what kind of feelings does Kaito have before interacting with the group?
When he sees like his teammates there, he like it's hard for him to compute how to feel about them being there. Like he's happy that they're okay and whatnot, but at the same time, I don't know, it's like he doesn't want to see them. It's the same feeling he had with the bento box. Like it felt like he put himself on the line for them for no reason. It's not that he feels betrayed, but more like they didn't even call him once after they had left. It felt like they took a vacation. And nothing infuriates him more than that, for some reason. It's not even like it's their fault. But he can't look them in the eyes as he walks up. All he does is stare at the ground and then stare at Gino. What am I
Gino,
needed for?
Gino looks at you and just closes his eyes a little bit before motioning towards the new guy. This is Yuri. He is going to be y'all's instructor for the rest of this day. He's another student of mine, and he's very good at teaching. He actually wants my position one day. And Yuri does another like up hand motion to you, Kaito. Yo, my name's Yuri. So I assume you're Kaito.
Yeah, you'd be right.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about you too. Very strong. Surprising. For a first year.
For a grade 4, I guess.
Grades don't really matter. What matters is, I guess, who survives to tell the tales. But, anyways, I guess since y'all are all here, he looks towards Gino. Are we good to go? And Gino just nods his head. Have fun. And Yuri looks back at you guys. His face is always kind of blank, but he has kind of a high spirit to him that you haven't met with many other people. All right, follow me, guys, to the training field.
All right.
Straight into it. Didn't even get to
As we
have
as
a
we walk
local
as we
party.
walk back, I'll try and talk with Kaito. Hey man, how you been?
I'm fine. Just worried about training.
Yeah, I got that.
You should too.
We're no, yeah. We've been working on something.
Can I can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think while you're distracted talking to Soda, he told me just lunges for you and wraps you in a hug. Almost like tearing up. And he says, "Oh, dude, I'm so glad you're okay. Like, I don't know, I thought they were gonna execute you or something like that. Do you know how worried I was? I'm so sorry I never called you. I don't think I ever got your number, but like, we were getting stuff sorted out with Koji and like how we could help you out. And you're on like house arrest, right? Listen. The point is, we're like, we were thinking about you, okay? And yeah, this is sorry that I didn't call." As he sort of quickly like takes a step back. And sorry about that too. That was pretty quick. And anyway, yeah. And he gives it a sheepish smile. It's good to see you again, man. I'm glad you're okay.
You were worried, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get you out of this house arrest thingy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even look either of them in the eyes. He hasn't this entire time. He's still just walking forward and like looking at wherever they're going.
Damn. He just stares in surprise for a bit as he just follows along.
All right. You'll eventually get to the training field. This evening training field hums with a little faint sense of pressure, just enough to keep you guys awake. Yuri Haiwana stands in front of you with his hands tucked in loosely into his sleeves. He doesn't posture. You can't even really read much cursed energy from him. And he honestly doesn't look like somebody very powerful. He looks pretty casual as he begins to speak. I'll introduce myself once again, I guess. Hi guys, I'm Yuri Haiwana. Some things about me. Oh, I'm a third year. I don't have a curse technique. I like swords. And I like my sister. Hey. Did you just yawn?
Huh? Oh. Who knows? Surely must have been the wind. When are we
No.
gonna do something, man?
That's weird.
Be respectful.
That was
He's
Yeah.
just trying to introduce himself.
Thank you, Kaito. But now I want to know a little bit about you guys. Tell me your name, a little bit about yourself, maybe like one thing you like. Whoever can start.
I guess I'll go first. My name is Sota Miyamoto. I inherited my clan's technique, which means eventually I will become the head of my clan. I like playing fighting games like Tekken and the like, and I enjoy food.
Very good, very good. I like fighting games as well. We should play sometime. Hitomi, you go
Heck yeah.
next.
Me? Okay.
Of course.
You know my name, Hitomi BG2. My technique isn't inherited. I don't really come from a clan. I just came out of nowhere, pretty much, and make illusions and stuff, which is pretty cool. As he summons sort of painting of an apple out of thin air. And I like art. I like making stuff. It's pretty relaxing, you know?
Oh, I'm sure that goes hand in hand. Very lucky that you have a hobby that helps with your curse technique. So can you like feel the illusions, or are they just like actually illusions?
You feel the illusions? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I'm not really scientific. I don't know what that means.
Well, if you want to get into the science of it, I mean, I tried figuring out myself. It's really hard, but it's literally just illusions. It's the bending of, light itself. You can't touch it, but I mean, I could make stuff out of it. I've done a thing where I pure darkness, So, I guess a more accurate way to describe it is that my technique isn't the making of illusions. It's the manipulation of light itself. I can make an area of pure darkness by preventing light from entering it there. And that's the most experience I've got with it so far. I haven't really tried much else.
So where does the light go?
Go? Everywhere. Look around you, man. Everything
Well-
you see is because of...
Yeah,
When
but
I'm
you said
reflect-
you can make an area dark, right? Where does that light go?
Oh, I know how to explain this. Here's a perfect example. I'll pull my phone out and turn the flashlight on. They told me just use the light from this.
Shit, I haven't figured that part out yet.
Hmm.
I don't know where it goes.
We'll move on. Very interesting curse technique, though. I'm interested in seeing it more. Okay. And last but not least, Kaito.
Kaito Itano, grade 4, no technique. I like meditating.
Sounds like we come from
He
the
also
same
likes-
tree then.
He also likes Dick's Sporting Goods.
I don't know what that is. Is that a
Oh,
team?
you'll find out soon enough. It's pretty freaking awesome, actually.
Interesting. Well, nice to meet you guys. I, of course, am here to teach you a little bit. But before we move on, class, have any of you heard of the new Shadow Style school?
Nope.
I might have heard my grandpa talk about it. Maybe.
I've heard about it loosely.
Well, new Shadow Style is a sort of new way of evening the odds, I would say. It's what I'm going to be teaching you here today. It's pretty cool. But first, before that, something else. He takes a casual stance, but grounded, and he kind of puts his hand on the hilt of his katana. New Shadow Style isn't learned in a day. So what I'll teach you is a sort of derivation of it, but it's going to take a little bit more time for you guys to learn the more complicated techniques. He looks at you, Sota, someone unlike him who was raised in a clan. Then looks at Kaito, someone unlike him who was born with a good amount of strength and some potential. And he looks at you, Hitomi, somebody who he used to maybe envy for having a powerful curse technique. He begins speaking again. Now this, it's not fashionable, and it's not going to impress anybody. And he lifts his sheath slightly, not demonstrating it, and he's just kind of holding it. New Shadow Style is for people who, I would say, care more about what waits for you at home than the job itself. Most strong sorcerers die because they think curse techniques make him immortal. And these words, they weigh heavy on you as you think about what he could be implying. Hitomi, you know this better than anybody. You can still hear their voice when you sleep. Aiko. And he continues, you kind of zoning out after his words ring true in your mind. He steps forward, the gravel crunching softly beneath his feet. Everyone wants a technique. Somebody wants a powerful one, a fast one. Everybody wants a big hit to solve all their problems. And he shakes his head a little bit, but power doesn't keep you alive. And he taps his chest lightly. Awareness is what keeps you alive. You see him tap his foot on the ground. Footwork keeps you alive. Then he taps his temple. Judgment. He meets all three of you. New Shadow Style teaches you to only pick the fights you know you're going to win. Some, probably from the big three, would say stuff like this and a mindset like that, it's cowardly. But you can't let your heart be fueled by hate of cursed spirits. It'll consume you. And he takes a breath after that and claps his hands. All right, for today, I'm going to teach you something that every sorcerer needs, a sixth sense of sorts. And you see him tap 2 fingers against his temple. Reading your enemy. You ever wonder why some sorcerers dodge attacks or counter blows they never see? It's not instinct, and it's sure as hell isn't talent. It's reading intentions. You see him lift one hand, palm open. Your attacks, they begin before your body moves, with your mind, your soul, your emotion. Some of the most strongest and most profound sorcerers have a hard time hiding this. It's something you can use to your advantage. Intent leaks from cursed energy, from breathing, from where the eyes settle, from body language like shoulders, hips, and even their silence. He raises his other hand and gestures to the 3 of you. Every fight is like a game of poker, reading bluffs and acting on your hand. I'm going to pretend to strike one of you. You won't know which, but only block if you think it's going to be you. Do y'all understand?
Yes.
We can only block?
Oh, I won't hit hard. And he kind of pulls out from a bucket a wooden sword. Nothing more than maybe a splinter.
Can't we at least dodge? I'm not that strong.
Come on, you'll be fine. I told you I won't hit hard.
Besides, there's always going to be a chance you can dodge something.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This
Alright,
seems
alright.
to be- This also seems to be more about the learning to find spells in the light rather than actual blocking.
Just beat me already, man. Let's do this. As he awkwardly puts his arms up in like a really bad boxer stance. Okay. Yeah.
Did you see that from a TV show once?
Yeah, I think.
Well, it'll work for this exercise. So 3 of you line up and we'll get started. And I assume the 3 of you will shuffle into a line and you see him stand in front of you no more than a foot away with his sword stretched out, his hands wrapped around its hilt, and a concentrated look in his eyes. Remember, only block if you think it's going to strike you. If you block and I'm not striking you, consider it a life lost, like from one of Sota's video games. And you have 3 lives. Get through this
Exactly.
and I'll let you guys go. All right. And he puts up his sword. Get ready. I need all three of you to roll a perception check.
Oh.
Is this visual?
Yes.
Ah.
I'm goaded.
That's a 3.
All right.
I have to clarify, I have disadvantage on perception checks.
17 for me.
All right. I am going to. What I will do is send a message to the people who get the right roll. And it's gonna say yes or no. Yes is he's going to hit you. No is he's not going to hit you. So, Kaito, you're able to read his movements and understand his actions. Same as you, Hitomi. So let me send you both this. But you, Sota, you have no idea. You can either choose to block or not block. What do you want to do?
Who's making the decision here?
It's Sota, because Sota didn't read. You have no idea.
Okay,
the
yeah.
intentions.
I figured it.
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
This, like, in this, like, moment, he's trying to tell, but he can't see well. So he can't, like, see minute details like that. And he's realizing how big of a disadvantage his vision is on combat. Like, in this moment where he's focusing on it.
Yeah, 5
And
seconds.
I think he does not block because he's caught up in realizing he can't see well enough to tell.
Well, fortune favors the brave, but unfortunately, not today, as his wooden Kento sword bops you straight on the head. And you hear him speak, "Oh, you okay? I think I hit you a little harder than I meant to."
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, that's one life lost
good.
for you. And he looks at the other two. You guys, great job. And he gives you a thumbs up. I was not going to strike either of you. I figured going after the guy with glasses first might be a smart move.
Yeah. He takes his glasses off and pulls his goggles on. Just make sure these don't get broken.
He pats you on the shoulder a little bit. Just remember, it's body language. Something that even somebody with a prescription should be able to tell. If my eyes are honed in on you, if my arms are facing your way, if the trajectory matches your distance, that's how you can tell. We'll try again one more time. And he puts back another foot and gets into his stance once more. I need everybody again to roll perception.
God.
Nat 20, let's go. Go. It was nice knowing you guys.
Ah,
All right.
it was nice knowing you guys.
Can everybody
what's
tell
the-
me what they get whenever they roll?
I got a
7.
13.
13? Okay.
To clarify, I also rolled another 7, so
Okay.
that's 2 7s with disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
17 again.
All right, I'll text once more.
Double 17s. Let's go.
Dude, it's like the freaking.
So, Hitomi.
Y'all are in the fucking bad.
Hitomi and Sota, you have no idea what he's going to do. His arms are raised up now. You have to choose block or don't block. What will you do?
For Utomi, he's kind of like a small little rabbit, right? He's running on pure instinct right now.
Mhm.
He's gonna flinch at the slightest movement. He's gonna try to block.
All right. And Sota?
He does not block.
Okay. His swing comes down, and the wooden sword meets Kaito's forearms as he blocks it. A wave of wind, slight but noticeable, rushes throughout the area. Good block, Kaito. You have a sharp eye on you.
Yes.
Hitomi, that's one life lost to you as he points at you with his sword. You blocked, but I wasn't going after you.
Yeah, I got scared. You can't blame me. You'll be fine, I think.
Fear cannot control you on the battlefield, or else, well, bad things can happen. Let's do it one more time. We'll say you two, you have one more life left. Sota and Hitomi. Kaito, you're fine. You've been doing good. If you fail this, you lose the game. But if you pass, well, who knows? All right.
Okay.
He takes a step back,
Right?
and he grabs his sword's hilt once more. Everybody, for the last time, roll perception.
Okay, I get it.
All right. So what did y'all roll?
I got an at 20 plus 2.
12.
All right.
8.
All right. So Sota and Kaito fail. I will text you, Scrubsy, if it is you or not. All right. Kaito and Sota, you have to choose. Do you block? Or do you just let it happen? Stand there unguarded. It's a gamble again. Who knows? Maybe the cards will be in your favor.
Kaito's gonna block again.
Okay. Sota?
I only have one life, so either decision is going to be a loss if it's the wrong decision. So he's going to choose to not block.
To not block. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Kaito chooses to block. Sota chooses to not block. And Hitomi, we'll see. He raises the sword once again before striking it down on the dirt. He struck none of you. He looks at you and... Kaito, you were doing so good. You had a streak going, but I guess we can't all be perfect. Y'all did well today. All three of you. Looks like you stayed alive at the end of the game, Sota. And he gives you a little clap. A little applause.
Oh, so we all made it? Sick.
All right. Everybody in here, since you all passed, you gain a skill. I will post it in lore drops. You can go ahead and add it to your skill list.
Oh, so we wouldn't have gotten it. That's great.
Yeah, Sota wouldn't have forgotten it, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here.
No, I was so pressed.
So, for those who are listening, the skill is called Fighter's Intuition. And this skill allows you to attempt to expose a held action by rolling a perception versus wisdom check. If it fails, it
Easy.
costs 1 action point, but if it doesn't fail, it costs you nothing. So, this is good for especially like player versus player interactions where a lot of times people are going to hold their actions and you can choose to basically say, nah, you have to say it out loud. Like, I get to know what you're doing. So, it's a good skill to know. It's not overpowered, but it's good.
And this can work against enemies if they're holding.
It can
action.
work against enemies too. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, sick.
So you can go ahead and add it, all of you, to your journal. Tokyo is writhing right now. They're like, why can't we get a skill? Why can't we get... okay.
I'm pretty sure Arata needs a buff. Can we get a buff for Arata, please?
Yeah, it can be called Graveyard, and it's just he's dead. His skill is just
Dead ass idiot.
he can't be killed because he's already dead. Yeah, so.
Ooh.
But anyways, Yuri puts that wooden sword back into the bucket, before looking at you guys. It's been about, I will say, like an hour or 2 hours. You guys have a lot of potential. I'm looking forward to seeing it bloom.
We appreciate your training.
Indeed. Soto bows.
Oh, don't
Oh,
worry
shoot.
about it. Don't worry about it. And he like just waves his hand a little bit. It's fun for me. I want to be the instructor here one day, so I gotta start practicing.
Indeed.
Oh, by the way, Kaito, if you have no curse technique, you should think about learning new shadow style moves. I think it'd benefit you a lot.
I guess you're right. I probably would.
If you ever want to know, just message me or talk to me, and yeah, I would be happy to teach you some stuff that I learned.
Sounds good.
But as much as I'd love to teach you guys some more, it seems like Gino wants you guys for some cursed energy theory or something like that. Boring classwork stuff. So you guys should probably head over that way, and I'll maybe see you later.
Hope to see you. Wait. He pulls out a melon ball and hands it to him. I have this tradition thing I do. Would you like one?
Sure. What is it?
It's a melon candy.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Right. He offers one to Hitomi and Kaito.
Man, I love these things. Thanks, dude. As he just takes it out of Soda's hand.
Kaito won't even compute. Won't respond.
I see.
So the three of you will start walking to the lecture hall, and Hitomi, once again, in the woods, you see a silhouette of a cursed spirit you once slain. Your heart starts to beat. Your skin gets all sweaty. You're able to calm yourself, but for just a split second, Sota or Kaito, you're maybe able to see him, his eyes widen for a second, or some kind of different look on his face than what he usually puts on.
Yeah, he seems to just zone off into the distance for a sec. Emotion, except almost a kind of fear in him as he stares into the woods before snapping back forward like nothing ever happened.
So, the three of you arrive to class, where for the next couple hours you will spend being taught theory behind both cursed energy and cursed spirit traits, like how they're born, how they function, their common traits, things like that. If there's anything you would like to talk with Gino about, you can do that here, but if not, we are going to just skip along.
Soto would specifically ask about increasing your proficiency with your own skill. As an example, attempting to use your skill but it failing to function.
Your
Like your technique.
skill?
Yes, your technique. Sorry.
Oh, your technique.
Yes.
Gino points towards the whiteboard. Like anything, it's all repetition. You use it more and more, you'll get better at using it, like muscle memory, but with your soul. It's hard to accurately describe the process, but I imagine a curse technique like a factory machine, the belt going forward or backwards. So the more it goes, the more comfortable you are with it. So I would say more training. Try using it in new, unique ways. Anything else?
Mm,
Hitomi raises his hand. When are we gonna fight something?
Mr. Bijutsu, you will fight something whenever you are given a mission. You will learn to love these times of peace in between missions.
indeed.
One day.
Yeah, I guess.
I have another question.
Yes,
I don't know if
Mr.
this would be
Miyamoto.
the right. I don't know if this would be the right class for it or not, but is there anything where you can have a negative reaction to just the cursed energy itself, not like a specific technique or it being used in a harmful manner, just like a wave of it?
A negative reaction to cursed energy in itself?
Yes.
Like motion stuff.
Uh, like like a sensory overload.
I would say the larger somebody's cursed energy reserve is, it's easier to spot them, kind of like a feeling. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I've heard anybody ever being overloaded by such a thing.
I see.
Well, if there's no other questions, that concludes class for today.
Indeed. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You three can leave. Unless you want to stay here and
All
watch me race the board.
Oh, I was actually going to say Sota's going to help with erasing the board.
No nonsense. I will finish it. Let the old man have his responsibilities while he still can, okay?
I see.
I think Hitomi's just waiting for Soda to finish up erasing the board. Throughout the whole class, he's definitely been eyeing Kaido. You know, he can read people, I guess, decently. I don't know. But ever since Kaido sort of shrugged him off, there's just been this, I guess, anxiety that he's felt towards him as he keeps just staring. Only
Kaito
looking back.
leaves the room without a word.
Does anybody follow after him?
Mm-hmm. Soto will
Hey.
follow.
Yep.
Kaito.
What?
I was curious if you wanted to train with me.
Train with you how?
I need to get more proficient with my technique. I need to get better at facing someone that's able to keep up with my speed and land heavy blows. And I saw you in that fight. You don't have a technique, and yet you were able to perform as if you were a grade 3 or grade 2. You handled it very well. You also handled something on the level of a maximum technique without being harmed.
It's not because I'm fast, and it's not because I'm strong. It's just because I'm lucky. If you really want to train with someone, go train with Hitomi. You guys had plenty of fun on your vacation anyway. And he'll turn around and start walking away.
As y'all are walking out of the classroom, y'all see the sky darken and rain start to pour down. Would y'all like to continue role-playing or talking?
I do. You know what?
Sota's expression softens and goes hurt. And he just stands there and watches Kaito walk away.
He told me tries to speed walk behind him, and he tries to put a hand on Kaido's shoulder to stop him. Hey, what's up, dude?
Like
Vacation?
when the like hand goes on his shoulder, he like quickly like swipes it away. Um, Clearly, not happy, not trying to get friendly with him or anything. Nothing is wrong. I'm just tired.
Tired? Dude, are you serious? You really think I haven't noticed this going on the entire time since we've met you? And now you're saying that we were just relaxing the whole time? Do you think I wasn't worried sick about you? That I wasn't, up at night, scared that you might have just, that they could have let you go, kicked you out of Jujutsu Society? Something worse? Like we weren't trying to fix this whole mess? All of this was for you, Kaido. And it doesn't matter it, if you see it that way or not, but you'd be surprised at the good things people would do for you. You just don't pay attention to.
Trust
Want to
me.
walk ahead? Go on.
I pay plenty attention to the things that I need to. You can say you were worried about me. Whatever. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you were worried. It didn't matter if you were concerned. It doesn't matter now. The mission's over. What's done is done. I just don't want to make friends with you. I'm focused on training.
All right. As Hitomi just lets his hand down from your shoulder, a pained expression in his face. Just be careful, okay?
It's not something I'd be saying to me. I'd be trying to tell yourself that. You heard. Well, never mind.
Heard
Just
what?
focus on your training. And he'll turn around and walk away.
As you're walking away, you see Yuri with a stack of pizza boxes and board games walk up. He can't really see you, so if you don't move, like, y'all are gonna run into each other. Do you like move out of the way? Like, do you bump into him or something?
He's like him and Kaitor bump into each other.
Like, he literally has like 4 stacks of pizzas and like a bunch of board games that he's holding, that he's like walking down the hallway with.
Yeah, he'll step out of the way and like
As soon
glance
as-
at him for a second.
As soon as you do, he looks at you and goes, "Oh, Kaito, just the man I was looking for. Do you know where your friends are?"
Yeah, I think they're a good 20 steps behind me.
And he looks around. "Oh, glad you're all here. I was wondering if you guys maybe wanted to hang out. I got some pizza and games, and I've heard you had a pretty rough start, so I figured it'd be a good introduction to the college."
Maybe in a
Come on.
he. Sure.
Sota?
You gonna come with us, Kat?
Oh, go, come on,
You
Kaito.
paid for
It'd be
the
a
pizza,
blast.
so I think I have to. Yeah, I think I have to. You paid for the pizza.
That's a good underclassman. See, you guys understand. We're just all gonna be friends here. Soda, you come along too. We're gonna go play games, eat pizza, have fun. That's what being a kid's all about. Sometimes you kind of forget that, being a sorcerer part-time. But the weather outside is frightful, so let's hurry to my dorm.
And the fire is so delightful.
Nope, Hitomi, nope, Hitomi, you're not doing that. Nope. Yuri cut you off.
Yep.
We have 3 more months
No,
until I have to
let
see
it
her
snow,
everywhere
let
I
it
go.
snow.
I don't want to hear Mariah Carey.
Finally kiss goodnight. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
All right, roll out, squad, and y'all all head to Yuri's dorm. As y'all are walking inside, y'all kind of actually y'all run outside to like get to his dorm because it's raining, or maybe you don't, whatever. In the distance, you see a silhouette once more. You see
How am I holding up?
a man, an old man, nearly half rotted, smelling like a corpse. Its face is twisted in anger, like you've disturbed it from its eternal rest. You see, as it smiles, its teeth rotted, black, red with the flesh of something it's bitten into. Hair, black hair, screams, once forgotten, remembered once more. And you walk into the dorm, soul crying for a friend from a life you don't live. In Yuri's dorm, not Eugene, Yuri. In Yuri's dorm, it's very sparse and pretty orderly. It's a lot like yours in a way, Kaito. It's not really, there's not many decorations or anything like that. It's very neat, very clean. But you see a futon, some chairs, a lamp, and whenever he walks in, he sets his katana down on a stand near his bed. And you also notice a picture frame of him and a younger girl who you assume is his sister in a school uniform. He starts to speak. Well, make yourselves at home. I mean, it's not really much to do. I think I have enough chairs for everybody. Want to do? Yeah. I'll get you guys some plates and some cups. I'll be right back. And he goes into his cupboard and starts to look around. What you guys want to say to each other? It's very awkward. It feels very tense in here.
It is. Actually, he told me he's probably just like dead silent as he looks between Kaito and Soda, his lips in a thin straight line.
I'll be
It's
real,
not
like,
a-
despite his like edgy demeanor, irritated about what happened, like, even Kaito is like in his mind, like, regretting having said anything earlier, because now it's like so awkward, and like he if he would have known that he was about to be in a room with these two, like less than 5 feet away from each other, he probably wouldn't have said all that, like mentioned that he was mad about. But now that he's kind of in too deep, like he's just trying to ride along. Like he's just kind of like clinging, hoping and waiting for Yuri to get back, and he's just like sitting there.
Sota, you have to break the
on
ice.
his
These two are
phone.
clearly on edge. Something's wrong with them, so you gotta break the ice. What are you gonna do?
Sota is. He has a window in his dorm, right?
Yeah, it's a window. I mean, it's pretty small, but you can see outside the rain hitting the glass and all those things.
See the sunshine now, guys.
Sota is looking out the window, and if anyone looks at him, they would see him sort of practicing his technique every now and only by telling that you can see every now and then. His hand almost like shifts away, but still remains, if that makes sense, and then returns as though he followed them, he's not resting.
It's kind of gloomy outside, right? He told me, he says with a smile. He looks like he's got something up his sleeve. It's kind of bad, right? You want to see something cool?
What do you mean?
All right, stand back, as he gestures to Kaido and Soda, clearing the way. Observe my awesomeness, as he sort of just spins and moves his hand around in mysterious ways, making hand signs. Ooh, wow, as the light from the ceiling seems to flow toward the window itself. It's not exactly the most opaque thing. You can still kind of see through it, but there's this projection of a nice sunny day outside almost just like directly on the window. You can still see the gloomy rain and all that stuff, but for the most part, if you don't pay too close attention, it kind of looks pretty nice out, even though it's rainy and you can still hear the thunder and the rain. But it's a nice distraction. And he told me he's pretty proud of himself with a smile on his face. Pretty cool, right?
I prefer the rain.
Damn. Fine. As he snaps his fingers, and it disappears immediately. And I can't even
Thank you
try to
for-
lighten up things in here.
Thank you for trying. I kind of like the rain. It washes away everything.
Yuri comes back with some plates and some cups. Oh, jeez, did somebody die in here? No, see, as when he sees no one, he laughs at the joke. He just kind of like, you see him like gulp a little bit, like, uh,
Soda will turn to him and look at him like he's gonna like mess with him as if somebody did die.
So,
Hmm.
not, oh my god, sorry.
sorry.
As soon as-
he looks down a little bit. I should watch.
No,
what I say.
I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, you got me. You got me out to get you back for that one. Anyways, here are the plates, gentlemen, and he hands you each a plate and a cup. Please feel free. I got a box for each of us, so I think it should be enough. But I don't know. This Sota guy looks like he could eat two to himself.
Hmm?
Can you? I want to see that. You guys think a pizza eating competition? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? As he turns to Kaito and Soda excitedly.
Is his name Yuri or Yuki?
Yuri.
Yuri, okay. He'll like at the pizza competition thing, he'll just like look for a second at the pizza, then just kind of like roll his eyes and start making himself a plate while speaking. Hey, Yuri.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about my recent situation, right?
I only know what Juno told me, but he didn't really say much. I try to keep my nose out of the IEJ's business. It's better that way.
The reason why things seem so dead, so gloomy, is because I was, I guess, reprimanded by the IEJ for a mission that we went on recently. And, well, it's not exactly put me in the highest spirits as you could imagine. Being in a room with people like that, speaking to me like that, like I didn't, like I meant to do what I did.
You did nothing wrong. You did what you thought was best.
But there's the thing. What I thought was best was incorrect. I made a mistake. That's all it is. I don't blame you. Either of you do. I blame me. That's why I'm so upset. When I said I didn't want to be friendly, it's not because it's because of something that I did wrong. I don't want to be friendly because if I am, then maybe I'll forget what's most important. And what's most important is being a Jujutsu sorcerer. That's why we're here.
You're right.
It's... So to you, what, being a sorcerer is more important than anything? Really?
Yes, there is nothing more important. Nothing in my life. Because that's all my life is.
Do you remember
This
what I
is a
said earlier,
conversation.
Kaito?
What?
Sorcery, it's not about the job. It's about the people you're coming back to.
If you don't do anything right, you'll never come back at all. So there will be no one to come home to.
If you don't have anyone to go home to, what do you have to keep you fighting?
Yuri just seems like he looks like he doesn't have an answer, but he wishes he did, and he looks towards his picture frame as he's like holding a plate with some pizza on it. I don't know. I guess that takes a certain kind of man that. And he just pauses, like he just freezes at that.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff about.
Is the picture frame that he's looking at of a woman?
It's him and a younger girl, but he said he has a sister earlier.
That's
So
what I was gonna say. I'm guessing that's your sister.
oh yeah, that's my sis. Her name's Yuki. She's a bit younger than me.
Let me see. Is she going to become a sorcerer like you? Or?
Oh no. She's gonna go to college. She's a genius, you know.
Yeah.
Smartest one in her class, valedictorian. Yep, somebody had to get the brains because it sure as hell wasn't me.
Your sister, huh? So that means you have something to come home to. A reason to survive a job. A mission. But what if you didn't have anything to come home to? What if there was no sister? Or no mom? Then would it really matter anything other than being a sorcerer?
You know what? You say a lot of this not having anything or anyone to come home to, but you can find that, you know? It's not like you're just born with nobody or with somebody. You say all this stuff about not having anyone, but is it that you don't have someone to come home to, or that you don't want to find anyone to be there for you?
I don't want anybody to be there for me because the reality of this is that some of us are likely to die. That is what being a sorcerer means, and if anyone's gonna die, it would probably be the person with no technique. I'm sure you've heard that before, right, Yuri? And he'll look over to him with an intensive stare.
He doesn't really respond to that. He just kind of scratches the back of his head and looks down.
Unfortunately, I seem to have lost my appetite. I appreciate the kindness, Yuri. But I'm tired. You all have a good night. And I'll just stand up and leave the room.
All right.
It seems like he wanted to say, like he said something that he would say, and other than that, he can't stand to think anymore.
As he gets up and
evacuates.
leaves, like Kaito gets up and leaves, Yuri gets up and puts his pizza on the end table, and looks at you guys. I'm gonna go talk to him really quickly. I'll be back. I guess start up a game, and we'll play whenever all of this is settled. And he leaves the room, leaving you two behind. Hitomi and Sota, what do you want to say before I get to what Yuri and Kaito do? How do you want to talk with each other?
Hitomi stands there in silence for a little bit before he turns to Soda. Do you really... I mean, like, I said all that stuff about, like, not looking for anyone to come home to, but... I mean... Yeah, no, I guess I kind of get where he's coming from. not gonna get too deep into it, but I think I know what it's like to not want to find anyone. I get it.
It's
As Hitomi thinks back to the two dearest
Sure.
friends.
I chose not to speak because I realized I've never had his point of view. I've always had my family. Sure, I've never really had friends. I always had my family. And I realized I don't know what I would do if I didn't have them, or if they were taken from me.
Lucky guy. People to look forward to from the start. I don't know how to talk to Kaido. I still like him. I don't know, maybe because I get him, but yeah. I don't know.
Sota,
Even if he doesn't want to, yes?
you feel the pressing need to use the washroom.
I will. I'll be right back.
And you see him head outside of the room, assumingly to go to the bathroom or something. The lightning continues to strike outside, thunders like drums. Kaito is walking out in the rain when Yuri calls out, "Kaito! Kaito!" And he jogs, I would say, after you.
He'll turn his head back. Still, like, kind of, it's like looking forward, but he has his head tilted. My bad. And he just glances back a little bit. The rain falling all over him, his parka, and beside him. What is it?
Listen, I'm sorry. I don't know how it's like to not have anybody to go home to. I know me and you are probably the most similar here on campus. I don't have a technique either. I was looked down upon. People saw me as useless. I don't even have your strength. My weapon is the only thing that gives me reasoning, makes me useful. If I didn't have it, I would be nothing. But you can't let that stop you. You can't let your limit be chosen by others. Why do you do this?
Do what?
I can see it. You're putting yourself in a box. Why?
It's not like I put myself there, I promise. I would never want to restrict my own life like that. But sometimes things just fall into place, I guess. I wasn't blaming you or anything like that. I'm very happy you have your sister. And I'm not mad at anyone. I'm not mad at either of them either. So make sure they know that. I'm just I'm just frustrated, I guess. A little tired. That wasn't a joke when I said I was tired. I've been training really hard because I made a mistake. And the only way I can prove it to the higher-ups is by becoming the sorcerer that they could ever rely on, even without my technique.
He raises his fist as like a fist bump. Oh, sorry.
He could see that, like whenever his voice was faltering, it was like he wasn't talking like how he normally talks in his like low, drab tone. It was hard to tell because of the rain constantly falling. It looked like there was almost like his face was scrunching up, like he was emotional, but there's no way you could tell if he like started to cry at all because it's raining so hard. But he just like continued to look back after speaking.
You're strong. Stronger than I was. And I say this with the most sincere, genuine feeling I have. Fuck the higher ups. And he raises his fist, like in a fist bump motion. We're brothers. Me, you, Hitomi, Sato. All of us. What binds us isn't something as simple as camaraderie. It's a mission, a drive, chosen by something to protect others. We were all born for it. You too. Don't worry about empty men with frail hearts. You are stronger than you let yourself think. You can go rest, but don't sell yourself, Kaito Itano. Don't sell yourself short.
I appreciate what you have to say. It really does mean something. Quite a bit to me. So, I hope that you'll teach me some new shadow style again. Because there's a chance that I really might need it. Especially being in the way that we are. Even I can learn new shadow style. Without my technique, and that means a lot to me. Just for tonight, let my teammates be happy. I'm sure I made this day awkward and frustrating for them. I didn't mean it to be that way, I was just so tired. But yeah, take it easy on them if you can. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Do you fist bump him?
He'll look at it for a while, and if he's like really just letting it hang,
He's letting it hang. He's looking at you.
At the end, he'll curl up his mouth into a smile a little bit, and then fist bump him.
You see him for the first time actually smile, because he usually has a pretty blank expression, even though his voice carries emotion. For the first time, smile in the rain, and he with a wide grin. I'm looking forward to it, Kaito. And y'all both part ways. Hitomi, you're in the room alone. Your teammate Kaito has left. Partly in your mind due to your own actions. Why couldn't you just call him? Let him know that you're thinking of him. Let him know that he has somebody.
It could have been avoided so easily if I had just done that. All of this could have been avoided if I had just faced him.
Seems to be a trend, you think to yourself. A lot of things could have been avoided. Their blood on the floor. Their screams dimming. Can you really call yourself a sorcerer? After what you've done? all alone once again to think about what you've done. You may wear new clothes, you may carry a new attitude, but you know you're never going to change. You know it. You weren't there for Kaito. You weren't there for Aiko. Who are you there for? Yourself? And look where that's got you. The memories of Aiko and Hideki cloud your mind as you stare out the window, alone, in a room that isn't yours. Memories!
I think
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Before I do
I
exposition.
think at this moment Hitomi can't help but just, despite how he's tried to push these things down, he can't help but pull up his phone again and look through the contact list. For all the socialness, that friendly vibe he puts on, there's really not many numbers there. Maybe a teacher, assistant. But as he scrolls down, he sees someone way, way, way at the bottom. Years ago. A big X on the name. Blocked. A text reading, "Don't look." And he stares for a very, very long time.
It's a bright summer's day. It's young, hot, and sticky. We see a young Hitomi and two others playing with nets, shorts, and bugs. A girl walks up to you. You know her as your best friend Aiko, and you see her carrying a rhinoceros beetle. Hitomi, look what I found! Ah, Hideki's gonna go crazy when he sees this.
No way, you got a rhinoceros? Dude, that's awesome! Oh, I need to figure, oh my gosh. I need to sketch this. Oh, wait, do you think we could get, like, pinned? I don't know how they do it. I think they get, like, little needles and stuff.
No.
He's gonna love this.
Why would you hurt it?
Oh shoot. Oh no, I'm sorry. And he starts to tear up a little. Oh no. Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm so sorry, Aiko. Oh.
It's okay, Hitomi. Just know it's not good to hurt things. We're bigger and stronger than it. It's our duty to help. And Hideki comes back. He's a little bit more casual than the two of you. He's, I guess you would say, the most mature of the group, even though y'all are in your early teens. Oh, hey guys. What are you doing? Did you find something there?
Oh yeah, we found something good. Come on, Aiko. Show him. As he pushes her forward, a wide grin on his face.
She shows him the beetle, and he like smiles and gives her a pat on the back. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. You should draw it, Hitomi.
I think I will. Oh, there's so many cool things, you know? I don't know, it sounds silly. I just like looking at stuff. Right? It's fun, as he gives off that big toothy grin.
And we fast forward a couple years later. To a warehouse. In the distance, you can hear the screams of a young lady. You see Hideki running in, and he looks behind, foot hitting the mud, and sees you. You lock eyes with him as he runs in. And as you, Hitomi, as you run away. That look he gave you, you'll never forget. That was the day you lost both of your friends. We flash back to the present. The storm still rolling outside, still alone, still by yourself. Once again, you look out the window, dim, nothing really lighting up anything besides the few lanterns sprinkled around the campus grounds. And in the distance, you see a silhouette. An old man, gnawing, chewing on the flesh of the girl you once loved, before he gives you a wide smile. And you feel your heart start to beat. He's come for you too. The lights snap off as the thunder cracks outside. A heavy click, a breath of darkness swallows the whole room. And for a moment, everything is quiet. Too quiet. The storm outside rumbles like something alive, pressing its weight against the walls. And your heart begins to race quicker and quicker. All day you've been on edge, seeing things that aren't there. Your heart beats just not just fast, but violent. Thunder cracks outside as the old man seemingly appears right in front of the window, knocking you back as you look at it. Your arms behind you, catching you, but you look and see him holding the head of Aiku. The sound of its laughter fills your ears so loud it drowns out your own breathing. Each beat of your heart feels like it's hitting you from inside the ribs, like it's gonna snap, like your rib cage is about to explode. Your vision goes thin. It feels wrong. And that's when you hear the door open wide and you violently turn to see a blur. Sota, you see Hitomi on the floor looking disheveled, frightened, terrified. Hitomi, you don't see who it is. His face is blur. It's a black outline. Shapes are warping around you like wet ink.
He draws from his waistband in pure fear, in terror that it might come for him, that it's finally over. He draws his gun and aims for that blurred, terrifying figure.
Sota, what do you
Can't
do?
hear anything.
Whoa. Hey, are you good? What's going?
You hear nothing to Tomi.
Easy.
His words sound muffled, like you have something in your ears. What body language do you
I'm
use?
like raising. I'm raising my hands up to try and like doing the like calming someone down.
He's raising your hands towards you. He's coming towards you, Hitomi.
He
Easy.
Tommy backs off. He doesn't have the guts to pull the trigger. He only walks back as far as he can towards the other side of the room, back pressed against the wall, breath shaking, his hands trembling as he tries to put his finger on the trigger, but he can't seem to muster the courage to do so.
Yuri walks
the
into the
figure.
room, looking confused.
Easy.
He exclaims, "What's happening? What?"
Can I like see on his face that he looks panicked?
Yeah, you can tell he looks. Well, actually, it's dark.
Oh, you can
So
tell
you
for
cannot.
sure.
You cannot tell. It's dark,
But-
but it's bright enough
Oh,
to
can
see
I-
the moon.
oh.
The moonlight is kind of. I told you the
Okay,
power went out.
I
Yeah, the
will-
power's out.
I'll like flick the power's out. I'll pull my phone out and I'll flick the flashlight on again.
A sharp pain hit your
like,
eyes,
point-
Hitomi.
I'll like point it at me so he can see that it's me.
Ow.
Easy.
It doesn't really help the blur, Hitomi. You feel trapped, The room feels too close. The walls are too tight. The air is thick. You can't breathe. As some hand touches your shoulder, a figure walks up to you, brushes your shoulder, grabs onto you, and tries to whisper something in your ear. Hitomi. As the whisper pierces through the cloudy blur, the figure is now holding you, and it's trying to take your gun.
It's trying
You can't
to stop
breathe.
me. But I'm not gonna let this happen again. I'm not gonna be defenseless. I'm not gonna run away like a coward. No, never again.
You need to get
Never.
out. You need to get out, Hitomi. You need to. You see the figure, black in the shadow. The old man looking at you with a smile in the corner of the room, laughing so hard it hurts your ears. Your chest contracts so hard it aches. Another voice, laughing at you, you coward. But these words, they don't reach you. They echo. They echo in your mind like a chamber. You can't escape them. The faces are getting closer. They warp. They look like monsters, curses trying to get you. You need to leave. You need to get out. You need to disappear.
Can I do it?
You may.
Out of pure instinct, out of pure terror, out of the need to run away again, to avoid the threat, to never face it. Like he never existed. And the blink of an eye, Hitomi vanishes. There's no trace of him. Nothing left. Save for the sound of panicked, quiet, terrified breaths. As he tries to move, to run, to escape. To go past you, Soda, and out that door.
Hitomi, your boots hit the ground, the mud leaving footprints as you run. Her voice screaming out for help. He looks at you in the eyes. Why? You were capable. You could have stopped him. You run. As you hear voices behind you chasing you. Sota and Yuri yell at you, but you don't know it's them. Because, like always, you run, letting fear control you. You thought here you would be different. You are no better than you used to be. And as the storm rings out and Hitomi Bijitsu runs, Yuri and Sota chase after him, eventually stopping, unable to track him any longer. And once again, Hitomi Bijitsu has left the world behind. In the bustling cities of Tokyo, student sorcerers Hitomi and Bijitsu, cut intro. I messed it up already. In the bustling city of Tokyo, student sorcerers Hitomi Bijitsu and Sota from the Miyamoto clan left a day ago to meet with special grade sorcerer and instructor at Tokyo Technical College, Koji Inazuma, the bulldog of Sorcerer Society. Following Kaito's flagging and consequential house arrest to Kyokyo,
Oh my god!
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
No
I'm so
way,
tired. I'm so tired.
Bro,